Well, hello everybody, here's Dear Mama Sal, and somebody gave me what they said was a really easy recipe for peanut butter cookies, and I can't believe this works because it's missing a major ingredient, but this is what I was told, so I'm prepared to try it. And that was 1 cup of peanut butter, which is what I've got here. Yum. And apparently 1/2 cup of sugar, easy enough, and 1 egg. Now, to my mind, to bake cookies you also need butter and flour, but that's what I was told, so I'm going to mix this lot up and I'll be back at you as soon as I've done that. Well, I sort of mixed it all up and turned it into a ball, and so far so good. Now what I'm going to do is just try a little of it in my halogen oven. It's going to tell me whether it's going to work or not, and it's worth the experiment, but so far so good. Again, nobody more surprised than I am. Well, I've popped them into the halogen oven. I did them at 350 I've put it on for 15 minutes. I probably won't let it go quite that far, but we'll see. What I've done is I've done a couple that are slightly smaller than the others. Can you see those ones in the middle there? And I've purposely done that because when they start to go a bit browny, I will know that it's time to bring the others out. So I'm going to let those slightly overcook. There was method in my madness. So let's see how it goes. I'll check back with you in a few minutes. Well, they've been cooking for about 5 minutes now, and as you can probably see, they're beginning to get that sort of cracked look about them. So they're definitely beginning to work. You can see the one over at the back here is starting to brown. Funny enough, the ones in the middle are not. So obviously there is slightly more heat on the outside than on the inside. So, very interesting. So maybe we'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll bring them out. Everything's an experiment, remember? Now, this is my oops moment because I thought I was being so clever putting them on this particular mesh tray, because I thought it would leave a really nice pattern on the bottom. Well, of course they didn't want to come off there very easily, did they? Duh. And so I did manage to salvage most of them. I have 2 of them unfortunately didn't make it, but they're not wasted because they actually are very tasty. And I recommend it. So the second batch, I'm going to do them on foil and just see if that works better. And if you're wondering how did I make the pattern on there, I just took a fork. Let me just show you here. I literally just took a fork and ran it across like that. So let's see how that does. So I've done the same thing. I've put them on at 350 in the halogen for about 7 minutes. I might pull them out before then if those tops start to brown too much. Well, there's part of me that wants to leave the camera running and then just speed it up for you. Be interesting to do, wouldn't it? I might just do that. I think I've got enough battery. On second thoughts, as they're already beginning to brown and they're not obviously going to rise, it's not going to be as much fun as, say, Yorkshire pudding, which will be my next experiment. So, never mind. As you can see, some of them are really browning quite a lot now. Enough that the halogen's even gone out. As good as they looked from the top side, I noticed that when I turned them over, they didn't look down on the underside. So now I'm just going to turn them over and give them a few more minutes just to cook both sides. Second batch, as you can see, I cooked quite a bit more than the first one, and I'm not quite sure what to do, whether I should leave them on here. Yeah, I also don't feel that the underside is done on these either, so I'm going to let them cool and then I'll turn them over. Give them a bit more strength and then I'll turn them over and just top them up.